guys, welcome back to today's video. Today I wanted to do a video on a 6-month update on Harper. She just turned 6 months about a week and a half ago, maybe. So I wanted to start today's video off as a vlog because we are actually on our way to her 6-month doctor's appointment today. So that'll be interesting. I haven't been near a doctor since this whole corona thing has been going on. So we got our hand sanitizer and we got her car seat covered up. So we're gonna be taking all the precautions, but she is gonna be getting vaccinations today, which is gonna be really sad. So hopefully those go well. How do you feel about the vaccinations?
Not good.
Yeah, so hopefully she doesn't have a reaction. Her 4-month vaccinations didn't really go that good. She ended up getting a fever the night after and was really fussy. So hopefully these ones go a little better, but I'll keep you guys posted. I'm probably not gonna vlog too much like inside of the doctor's office. So I'll let you guys know how it goes when it's done.
We don't like to talk, we're not so good for words. That's why we don't get that far. But she still reads my mind, so we can follow through. Always let up.
So we just left the doctor's appointment. Everything went really good. Harper is checking off all the boxes for her milestone. She had her shots and that went pretty good. She obviously cried from the initial shock of the needle and everything, but she's so good. As soon as we pick her up and calm her down, she's good. She's in the back right now, not crying. So hopefully everything goes good tonight. Last time, like I said, I think I mentioned this earlier, she did get a fever and her heart rate was a little bit increased last time, which was definitely scary. So hopefully she doesn't get too bad of a fever and everything goes good. But I'm gonna go ahead and sit down with you guys when I get home and kind of go over like her milestones and how she's developing and stuff like that. So I will talk to you guys when I get home. All right, you guys, so we are home from the doctor now. Everything is all good with Harper. She is actually sleeping right now. We just ate lunch and then fed her lunch and then put her down for her nap, but she is good right now. I do have her owlet sock on for her nap, and I usually only use it at night, but now since she got her vaccinations and everything, I'm a little more paranoid. So for the next like 48 hours, every time she naps, I'm just gonna put her little sock on so that it monitors her, because like I said, last time she had her shots, her heart rate was like 225 BPM. Little station over here went off in the middle of the night and it was terrifying. So just in case that happens again, I just want to know if her heart rate starts to go up. It is normal after vaccinations for them to kind of, have a fever and, for certain things to accelerate a little bit because their bodies are trying to fight it off. So I did want to sit down with you guys and do a little update since Harper is now 6 months old. And then I also want to do a little update on me, how I'm doing postpartum and all that kind of stuff, because I haven't really talked about it too much. I know I did a postpartum update, gosh, that seems like forever ago, because I remember it was like right after I had my doctor's appointment. So it was definitely quite a long time ago. So I thought I would do an updated one since I am now 6 months postpartum. But first, let's go ahead and talk about Harper and how she's doing. I feel like 6 months has been like the craziest month for her. Like all of a sudden, it's like all these crazy things are happening with like her milestones and like growth spurts. She's been going through the craziest growth spurt lately. At her 4-month appointment, we found out that her weight was on the low side, like really low, like she was in like the 5th percentile or something like that. And after that doctor's appointment, we definitely were a little bit more paranoid. Like I knew that I was producing enough milk for her because I was always checking, and her weight has always been on the low side. Like even way back at her 2-month appointment, I think it was on the low side, and back then I had like an oversupply of milk. So I always knew that I was making enough milk, but her growth was just like off. Like she was average for height, but like her weight was always like on the lower side. Of course, that's going to stress me out and make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. All of a sudden, like the past, like, I don't know, like 2 to 3 weeks, she's just been all over the place. So when she turned 5 months, I tried to put her on a different nap schedule so that she would stay awake longer and nap maybe like 2 times a day. And I swear that literally lasted for like a week. There's not really like a set schedule. Like you can basically do whatever you want to do for your baby's nap schedule. This was just like a suggestion and what a lot of parents do. So she started napping. Now I would say it's like 3 times a day. And a couple weeks ago, it was still like 3 to 4 times a day. And she was just sleeping a lot. Her eating patterns were different. She would eat a lot and then she wouldn't eat a lot. She was all over the place. And all of a sudden we started noticing that her weight just like took off and she started gaining a ton of weight. So I wanted to mention this just because I was so paranoid about everything and I thought there was something wrong with my baby and was like blaming myself for it, but she literally was just a late bloomer and kind of had that growth spurt all at once instead of like every couple weeks or every month. So if your baby's on the smaller side, obviously make sure there's not any underlying issues, make sure they're getting enough food. But if all those things check off and your baby's on the smaller side, like don't sweat it because there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like there is that like growth chart that every doctor follows and not every kid is going to be right on average. I just wouldn't let that get to you. So with that being said, Harper is now 6 months old. She is like right at 15 pounds right now. So I think she is in the 25th percentile right now. Her height is like in the 50th percentile. So she's right in the middle for that. But, you know, I'm not worried about it. She's a healthy, happy baby. She's just a little bit more petite and there's nothing wrong with that. And then in terms of baby sizes and the clothing size that she's wearing right now, she is in 6 to 9 month stuff right now. However, she still kind of fits into some of her 3 to 6 month clothes. It just kind of depends on the brand. I do want to do a 3 to 6 month baby product must-have video. That will be coming maybe after this video or the next one. It just depends because we definitely have been using a lot of different things since my 0 to 3 month one. We have been still using those things, but then we added a lot more things because she's growing, especially like toys and stuff that we use for her growth and development. Besides her growth, I also wanted to talk about milestones and certain things that she's been hitting. So a couple of really exciting things have happened like in the past couple weeks or so. She still can't roll over. I don't know why. She's literally rolled over like once and then she never wants to do it again. She's pretty good at tummy time. She can like lift herself up. And then another thing that she just started doing the past week was actually sitting up. She can't sit up officially by herself for long periods of time. I think they call it assisted sitting up or something like that. So she's getting really close to that. Another exciting thing that she is doing right now, she's been talking and babbling for quite a long time, but last week she actually started saying mama, which was like really exciting. It was her first word. I don't think that she necessarily thinks of me as mama. I think she's just learning how to say it. Also, I think can recognize her name. Like when we say her name, she'll kind of like look up. She's really good at playing with toys. She's starting to kind of like throw toys, which is kind of stressful. She also loves like grabbing onto stuff. Like she grabs my necklaces, she grabs my hair. Pretty much like anything that's like in front of her, she likes to grab onto. Another big thing that we started doing at 6 months was feeding her solids. So somebody just woke up from their nap. You slept for a long time. She like loves the camera lately. It's so funny. She just slept for about 2 hours. She's got little band-aids on. They're little like Bugs Bunny band-aids. How do you feel? Do you want to tell them all about your shots? You were so brave. You only cried for like a minute. It was good. Were you gonna say mama? I was just telling them how you can say mama. Can you say mama? Like I was saying, right now we're just feeding her purees. We tried feeding her like pieces of avocado, pieces of banana, and I think it's just like the texture that kind of like weirds her out. She'll kind of like push it out of her mouth like, oh, this isn't supposed to be there. So we're working on it, but for right now, we're just gonna do the purees. I am about to work with a company that makes baby food, so I'll give you guys an update on that when it happens. So that'll be really exciting. I'm really excited to work with this company because I've heard really good things about them and their baby food. There's no additives or anything like that. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But for right now, we are actually using the Beech Nut brand. You can find it at Target, Bye Bye Baby. And literally, I love it because the ingredients, like I said in my last video, I love when the ingredients are only what's inside of it. So for like sweet potatoes, the ingredients are literally sweet potatoes and water. So that's awesome. So that is what she's been eating right now. I would say her favorite foods so far are definitely sweet potato. That's been one of her favorites. I think that was honestly the first one that we tried with her. She loves green beans, which are, they're pretty gross, honestly. But she's really good. She loves her vegetables, so I'm happy about that. And now for my update and how I'm doing postpartum. I would say at this point, being 6 months postpartum, I feel 100% normal. Like, I really don't feel like I've had a baby, to be honest. Like, everything is normal. I'm working out and all that kind of stuff. The only thing that's obviously different is like breastfeeding in that aspect, but other than that, it seriously does not feel like my body has had a baby. Obviously, after you have a baby, there are some things that don't necessarily 100% go back to normal. I would say in terms of like my body and everything, like what has changed, I feel like there's not too much that has changed. I've been working out and eating healthy. I still have about 5 to 8 pounds to lose to get back to my pre-pregnancy weight, although I'm not like stressed about achieving that, honestly. Right now, I'm just working out and eating healthy to kind of like build my muscle back and get more tone, not necessarily to lose weight. I don't know if I will ever lose that weight, to be honest. I'm still like the same clothing size that I was before I was pregnant, but there's just like certain areas of my body that are a little bit different, and I don't know if they'll ever go back to exactly the way they are, but I'm honestly completely fine with that. I just did my what I eat in a day video for breastfeeding. I do kind of want to do like a workout video and kind of show you guys like how I work out and stuff. It's nothing crazy. For me, I kind of just like to work out for 10 minutes like every day or like 5 times a week. I'm not super into working out, to be honest. I would rather just like eat healthy and not work out, but I do notice a huge difference in results when I incorporate both of those. Another thing that I wanted to talk about postpartum that I was struggling with a lot that has completely turned around, thank God, was postpartum hair loss. I honestly did not expect to really go through this that much. I know people warned me about it and they told me it was gonna happen, but I was like, no, like I heard if your hair gets really like thick during your pregnancy, you're gonna lose it, but my hair, I didn't get any extra hair during my pregnancy. I just didn't shed my hair like at all. Like I swear I'd brushed my hair and like run my fingers through it in the shower and literally nothing would come out. But around 3 months postpartum, which was pretty far into postpartum, like I thought it would happen right away, my hair started shedding like crazy. I wouldn't say it was like falling out. Like it wasn't like I was like pulling my hair and like chunks were coming out or anything like that. It was definitely shedding a lot. I would have to like literally clean my hairbrush out like once a week. And I usually don't clean it out that much because my hair doesn't shed that crazy. So that was a struggle. I was taking hair, skin, and nail vitamins. I was taking just my regular prenatal vitamins. And then I also switched back onto my shampoo from Function of Beauty, which is my favorite. I'll talk about that in another video because it is seriously like the best shampoo and conditioner ever. And then I also switched over to my New Mama, which I told you guys about in my last video, which is basically just like a postnatal supplement that you put in some water and drink that every day. So as soon as I started taking that, I honestly noticed such a huge difference with my hair loss. So as of right now, I'm not sure if you guys can tell because I kind of put like a serum on my head because I have like regrowth coming in right now, which makes my hair look so crazy. So I started noticing right after, I think it was like a month after I started taking New Mama, I started noticing like I had all these hairs sticking up, and I was like, what is this? And I didn't put the 2 and 2 together for a little bit, and I realized my hair was growing back, and I was like, no way. So it looks kind of crazy. I'm not sure if you can even see it on camera, maybe a little bit, but that is all of the regrowth going on in my hair, and it has completely stopped shedding like crazy, and it is regrowing. I also have these baby hairs right here, which are so annoying, but that is all of the regrowth going on right now. So if you guys are struggling with postpartum hair loss or just any hormonal changes, I definitely would recommend taking New Mama, because it seriously like did wonders for all of the crazy stuff happening with my body. All right, so I'm pretty sure I covered everything I wanted to talk about in this video. Just wanted to give you guys a little update on what's going on with me and Harper. So that is going to conclude it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you guys are struggling with anything postpartum or anything with your baby, feel free to reach out and talk to me, because I've been through it all these past 6 months. So if you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you guys aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and make sure to turn on your notifications so you get notified every time I post a video, which hopefully consistently will be once a week from now on. But I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!
Just good friends.